What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Clemente Collector. And today I get to do my first YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame ballot. And I'm very excited. I actually did an unofficial ballot last year, which was a lot of fun. But it's really cool to actually get a vote in and it counts and to recognize some of the great channels out there. So I'm not going to waste anybody's time. I'm going to go through really quick, say a few things of why I picked the channels I picked. And we'll get this video finished pretty quickly here.
Batting third, playing right field, number 21, Roberto Clemente.
So first up, my brother from Pittsburgh, Don Field of Dreams. Don is just a great person. He's very into the community. His nickname's Donnie Livestream. He was a trailblazer in the live stream space. I love doing some live streams, so I appreciate the fact that he was a trailblazer, and he's just a great guy in the community and makes some amazing videos. Has a great collection. Next up, TJ Mack. Terry has a really cool channel. He never shows his face on camera, but that's perfectly fine. He tells some amazing stories that pair together. Some of the magazines that he got from his father, some of his football cards, some of his hockey cards, baseball cards. He just does a great job of putting things together to tell stories. And a lot has to do with his childhood and what makes the cards so important to him. And I think Terry deserves this recognition for the amount of work he puts in and how great his channel is. My third nominee is Sports Card Nation, John Newman. So John's channel is more popular as a podcast than a YouTube channel, but it's so important to this community. He's interviewed probably, I don't even know, 70% of the community, maybe more. He's a class act, and he definitely brings more attention to this hobby. Which only helps the rest of us. And I got to sit down with him, do an interview with him, and I just think he's a great guy. He has a great collection, and he's branched off into other channels, helping them out with different programming. So John Newman gets my third vote. My fourth vote, John from Wade Boggs fan. John, I got to meet him at the National this year. He is a player collector like myself, and we did a couple live streams during the year. His channel is just terrific. He doesn't only just talk about player collecting; he also talks about some of the sets and the value of the cards in different sets, and it's kind of cool how he kind of has just these multiple different avenues he goes down in his channel. I just think he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. So my fourth vote's for John from Wade Boggs fan. My fifth vote, Doug from DK Cardboard. His alter personality is Dougie K. Doug is such a terrific guy. He's big time into vintage. He's big time into the Mets. Some of my favorite videos is when his kids get involved. His kids have great personalities like him. And it's just really cool to just see that dynamic between him and his family. But he's been on a lot of people's live streams, does a lot of collaborations. He definitely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I just think he's hilarious. Next up is Paparazzi. I voted for him last year. His channel's called Talking Ball Cards. He was one of the first channels that got me into YouTube. I saw some of his PSA reveals, and he had some good feedback for PSA, and he's done SGC, HGA reveals. He's done it all. You know what? Some of the old timers out there, I think, sometimes don't like the reveal video guys. I honestly think you can learn a lot from them, especially when they start talking about the cards, talking about the grading process, things like that. It's very entertaining. And I learned a lot about vintage cars from Paparazzi. And I hope he eventually gets into the Hall of Fame. So that's my sixth vote. My seventh vote, sports card collector, investor, dealer, in that order, Chris Sewell. And Chris is also somebody that I watched a good amount of his videos at the very beginning of getting back into card collecting. And Chris just seems like such a down-to-earth guy. I've seen him on multiple different collaborations and channels. I know he does a lot with Junk Wax Hero, and he makes a lot of videos. He makes a lot of content, and it's good content. And I think if we have a Sports Card Hall of Fame, I think he definitely deserves to be in it. And he's also one of those people that I feel has brought a lot of people into the YouTube and card collecting hobby. And my opinion's always been the same. We all can grow together. You know, him bringing more people in only, you know, makes the hobby bigger. So next up, it's Ryan from Breakout Cards. I got to meet Ryan at the National this year. He made a deal with Dylan, Double D, and super nice guy. He always seems to room with Orlando at the Nationals, and he's another guy. Huge channel. He obviously had where he visited a whole bunch of card shows, and I would probably say he's probably the best card show channel out there. I know he's cut way back. He's kind of pivoted a little bit more to non-sports cards, which is cool. Like, I think it's a good example of, you know, follow what you love. I know he does still collect sports cards, but you know, it is a big deal sometimes to pivot like that of what your channel's showing and things like that. So I think it's really cool. So that's my 8th vote is for Ryan. My 9th vote is for Cards and Comics, Jason. I got to meet Jason at the National this year. He made a trade for a Clemente 3D card, and I got to be a part of that. And he's also a Clemente collector like myself, Pirates collector like myself, and he's also does the comic books and things like that. The reason why I'm voting for Jason is not just because he collects Clemente and I got to meet him. It's because he's got a nice variety on his channel. He talks about 90s cards. He also talks about Magic the Gathering cards, but he does some thought-provoking content. I think he puts a lot of time in. He's consistent with his content. I think it's a really good channel. So I think he deserves a nomination. Last but not least is Eddie from Eddie's Cardboard Chaos. I think Eddie's all about the community, and I think he's made over 700 videos in like 5 years, which is ridiculous. So he really pumps out the content, but he loves everything about the hobby. I feel he's very into TTMing, very much into just pretty much any type of set between modern and vintage. He's a huge Harvey Haddix fan, which is really cool. But I just think if we have a Hall of Fame, we need guys like this in it that really exemplify what the community's about. And I think Eddie's a good representation of that. And that's the 10 I voted on today. And I'm just very appreciative to be a part of this Hall of Fame voting process, a part of this community. And the one message I have for everybody out there is, if you're eligible to vote, you should vote. We want as many votes as possible, because you really can't complain unless you put your voice out there and vote. So I hope if you're on the fence about voting, you vote, and it gives you a chance to recognize some channels you love to watch. And I'll see everybody on the next video. Thanks for watching.